Neil, thanks for joining us on Channel 67 today. You've just watched the draw for the Europa League playoff. It's a game against Utrecht, a Dutch side. What's your initial reaction to that draw?
Difficult enough. They finished, I think, 6th or 7th in the Dutch league last year. Whatever Dutch team comes, they're always trying to play football. Technically, they'll be very good. We are familiar with one or two of their players, but overall, we don't know that much about them really. But we'll be doing our homework between now and the first leg.
And obviously ahead of the first leg, you'll have another chance for a couple of games. We've got the Blackburn friendly and then the opening game of the SPL season. So that give you another couple of games to get the team together, because there are obviously a lot of new players come in.
Yeah, and there's still, a couple to come in. Kyle still to come back from Israel, finish off his paperwork, and we are hoping to add to the squad as well into that. But I was pleased with the performance on Wednesday night. I got the reaction that I wanted from the players after, going a goal down, which was difficult for them, and their spirit and their quality and their intensity to the play was very, very good.
Now, I mentioned there's a lot of new players come in, and there was several that made their home debuts, and you must have been pleased with the fact that we went the goal down, but they came back and showed, as you say, the commitment and passion that you're looking for to actually win the tie. Yeah,
with 5 or 6 players making their debuts for Celtic under a very pressurised situation, so it wasn't ideal, obviously, under the circumstances, but we had to do it. I was very pleased with the new boys, very pleased. Juarez, I thought he was everywhere on the park, scored a goal already. That's matched our total from midfield the whole of last season. Joe Ledley was asked to play in one position, then another, fitted in very nicely. Gary Hooper scored his goal. Chow was up and down the pitch all day, put in cross after cross. So I can understand the disappointment of going out of the tournament, as we all feeling it. But we have to look at the bigger picture here, and we can see signs that the players are bedding together. They're scoring goals, which is pleasing. Obviously, we need to keep the back door shut, which we'll work on over the next few weeks. But there's glimpses that things are taking place. However, I'm not surprised by the criticism that's come. I'm surprised at the areas that it's coming from. I pick up a tabloid today, and it's ex-players who were wearing the Celtic shirt at a promotional event for tenants, getting paid good money for it, and then going ahead and putting the boot into the team and into the club and into the board and into myself. Now I can't have that. I'm not accepting that. One particular player criticised my signing policy when I said I was trying to bring British and Irish players into the club, which I have done. Joe Ledley, Charlie Mulgrew, Darryl Murphy, Gary Hooper. There's 4 I can think off the top of my head. I did try to go after Campbell, James and Bullard, was unsuccessful with that. But all he could account for were the Israelis, the South Koreans and the Mexicans, who I think will enhance the club and improve the club anyway. So he's a bit economical with the truth there. He said we went out of the competition with a whimper. Well, that's his opinion, but looking at his European record, I'm not so sure his teams didn't go out with a whimper either. So, it's a bit hypocritical to criticise the players unless you've done it yourself. I think a lot of these ex-players, excuse me, they look on enviously, but they'll still turn up at the club and get pats on the back from supporters. They know they'll get, welcome with open arms. They'll get a free ticket, they'll get hospitality, they'll get well looked after, and then when they leave, they'll put the boot into the team. And they've done that time and time again. It's just part of the makeup of what the club has to put up with and what the players have to put up with. He also said we didn't have a sustained amount of pressure on Braga, which was, again, a falsehood. Lack of crosses, we put 37 crosses in. We scored from 2, and we had 65% possession. Now, I'm not big on stats, I don't care about statistics. But, I have to use these to back up what I said after the game. I thought Scott Bryan had a tremendous game. That's his opinion if he didn't. He actually was quoted as saying he must have been watching a different game from me. Well, he probably was. He probably was. Scott Bryan actually, at one stage, when we were 1-0 down, Matez broke on the right-hand side of the pitch. He was offside, or he looked offside, but Scott Bryan ran him down and made the angle so tight that Lucas was able to make a very good save. Now, it's probably only Scott Bryan on our team could have done that. Had that energy and drive and will to get back and put the guy off and cover the ground. And he did that on numerous occasions, prompting attack after attack, winning the ball back, covering the ground. And I couldn't have asked any more from him.
you know, from your point of view and from the players' point of view, there's certainly positives to build on, as you highlighted from the other night.
Yeah, I mean, we're scoring goals, you know. Pre-season we played Man United, we played Lyon, Sporting Lisbon, we played Arsenal. You know, we played Braga in 2 competitive games, and these games will stand the players in good stead over the course of the season. And we're scoring goals and we're competing, and some of the football is very good, and we're playing at a pace that a lot of teams might not be able to handle. We just need to get them bedded in and settled and hit the ground running.